This business is like the Wild West. Gold, silver, rare coins, lost treasures of history. You never know what's gonna walk through that door. I'd go to 500.
What the fuck is this?
Watch this. I'm Evan Kale, and this is Pawn Man. Welcome YouTube to the 3rd annual holiday special of Pawn Man. My name's Evan Kale, and this is my gold and silver business. Before we get into the festivities of the episode, I sincerely want to thank my unofficial episode sponsor, DonorsChoose.org. You guys, this is the 3rd year we picked DonorsChoose.org. Thanks off. That's getting gross. This is the 3rd year that we have picked DonorsChoose.org as our holiday unofficial sponsor. Somebody bought the episode and just were like, pick whoever you want. DonorsChoose.org, you guys will talk about it in a couple minutes here. It is a wonderful organization. I sincerely hope all of you please donate to them. Help them out. Check out their website. I included it in the link below. And with that, let's get into the episode. All right, what do we got?
You pay more for 950 silver?
Boy, I don't see 950 silver very often. Depends what, oh boy, look at that. We have a whole assortment of goodies.
Mostly silver.
Tell you what, guys, let's go sit at my desk here. This is, I'm hunching. Again, I've never seen 950. Is it a brand name?
I don't recall.
I'd be at like 45 bucks on this piece. That's above melt.
I'll do that.
Okay. We've got like a whole assortment, so. And 950 is interesting. I really don't see it very often. It's not stamped, but it's the kind of thing, I'm not gonna melt this down. And then this is gold. Is this sterling?
I thought it was, but I'm not 100% sure.
I'm pretty sure it is. My grandma used to have exactly something like this.
It was really cool.
And I used to, as a kid, I really like the smell of it for some reason. Yeah, it's gotta be. This piece is costume.
Yeah. Wasn't sure what the stones were in it, but...
It's just synthetic, it's plastic. I mean, sounds cheap. Okay, so these items here are not marked, and they're too small for my Sigma, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just rub these here, kind of like as if it was made of gold. And you see that? It's copper coming off right there.
Yeah.
This copper color here, it's a dead giveaway that it's not. This is a really nice costume piece. I actually thought this was sterling, but it's not. The simple fact is, if it's not marked, it's probably not real. Might be silver plate because I just made a little mark here and it just got eaten through. But this surface is wide enough where this machine will tell me. So we'll go to sterling because this doesn't always work with like a flat surface. But we'll go down to silver and we go to sterling. We hit run, wait, and yeah, it's not registering. This is plated. It's a nice antique. I'll pay up on it. I won't just pay the metal price.
No, I think that's...
This is pewter, yeah. This is like something Connors would tell me. Well, there's kind of a lot going on. I'm gonna take this fucking thing off. Let me show you guys what I spent $700 on and how much I think I'm gonna make. So his costume, this is pretty good costume stuff. Now he wasn't gonna do it, but this is the piece right here. This is, I can get 30 bucks on this on eBay all day, even though it's costume. So this costume is a double, triple profit venture. Whenever I see 18 karat electroplated gold stuff, I mean, it's not actual gold, but it always goes for 10, 15 bucks. There's a few rings in here that are really nice. So this was good. This is a gamble. We'll see if I do well on this or not. This could be a vintage eBay item. I could have overpaid. I'm not terribly sure. My grandma used to have something exactly like this in her purse. It's silver plate, but it's a nice antique. I think these are gold filled. The Israeli metal is going to be good for whatnot. These retail, they're not precious metal. They do make some of them in silver. They're pretty rare. Most of the ones I see are plated or copper. This one here, probably the silver plate. The gold is mostly scrap. I mean, this thing's missing a stone, so there's no point in keeping it. I'll probably just scrap all this stuff here. This shoe, I gotta look into. This could be like a designer shoe, but the rest of this is crap. This I paid above melt on. This is a nice piece, and the sterling, there's a few nice pieces in here. So for 700 in, low end is 1,000 out, high end probably 1,200. I can't envision going much higher unless like I randomly get a lot of money for this charm bracelet. I don't think so. But I'll have my jewelry expert look at this stuff on Monday and find out what we're gonna scrap and what we're not gonna scrap. All right, I got some new merch coming in. I bought a new sweatshirt for myself because the one I'm wearing is getting a little nasty. You can get it here through YouTube, like right below in the video description. So we got that. What else did I got? I got a long sleeve shirt. This is Pawn Man. And then I got a motherfuck ton of buttons because we are going through them like crazy. We ordered so many, they just sent them to us in this giant box. So get some Pawn Man merch, support Pawn Man. I just got these from Stebgo Metals. This is one of the smelters I work with. They sent me a bunch of nuts. They send me nuts every year. Whoa, that's a lot of nuts.
I'll take a pound of nuts. That's a lot of nuts!
Those of you who don't know, Kung Pao Enter the Fist is like one of my favorite bad movies. I've seen it a gajillion times. I love quoting it. That's a lot of nuts. You go here. I'll go home. We threatened to rock. That's a joke. And Heirloom Factory on Instagram sent me a Minerva dollar. I'm not really buying these, you guys, because I had a fuck ton of these at one point. I still do have a lot of them. It's just, this is a very choice one. Like, he showed me pictures of this one. He only wanted 200 bucks plus shipping. Yeah. So if you guys have one, I don't want to buy any more. I have so many of them, but this one was, I kind of couldn't pass it up. He also wrote, "Dear Evan, pleasure doing business with you. I look forward to closing more deals. I love your videos and posts. I look forward to watching videos of your success with Minerva dollars and other niche collectibles. I'm glad you reminded the world of the Nanjing Massacre, despite the toll it took on you. Much admiration, Jason C. Paulo Lacoste. P.S. I'm class of 06, gay, have some Jewish ancestors. I'm on the spectrum, and I'm always looking for the next great deal since I was young. Thank you for the representation and education." Well, thank you, Jason. Maybe I will sell this on my whatnot. I don't know. I got so many of these. Just got this in from Spectacular. Thank you very much. You will be joining the leaderboard. You guys go follow Spectacular. Really great stuff. Ho, ho, ho! I'm looking like Taliban Santa with this thing, or I should say, Taliban Santa. Don't forget to bring a towel.
And then I'll go to the lake. Don't forget to bring a towel.
As is tradition, you guys, because it is the... I'm gonna take this fucking thing off. Because it's the spirit of giving for the holidays, as is tradition for the 3rd year in a row, we are going to be making some donations to DonorsChoose.org. Again, if you guys are not familiar, DonorsChoose.org is a charity where teachers in like impoverished school districts or just teachers that don't have enough money can upload their project and appeal to people to crowdfund them. I think it's a wonderful charity. We have donated now 3 years in a row to them, so I have picked out some local classrooms that we're going to be donating to and helping fund or totally funding their projects. I'm going to include in the video description these projects, the ones that I don't totally fund. So if you guys want to go on, help them out as well, it would mean a lot to me. Last year we gave $500. We're going to give a little bit more this year. I can't give too much more because it's, yeah, we're spending a lot of money. But 'tis the spirit of giving. So, let us give. All right, so this year I'm only doing Minnesota schools. I just wanted to be more local this year. Last year I was kind of all over the country, the last 2 years. So, the first one that caught my eye was Touch Math for Autism Classroom. Help give my students Touch Math curriculum for beginning multiplication and division lessons, as well as workbooks that go along with it. No one has donated to this project yet. Ms. Bedford is at Forest Lake Elementary School. She's looking for $643. So we're gonna give $100 to this classroom because autism is important to me because I'm on the spectrum, as most of you know. And if you didn't, come on, have you seen me? All right, so we are given $100 here. The next project that we are going to donate to, it's tempting to donate and just finish them off. They only need 119, but again, I need to be frugal because I want to have a bigger, more widespread impact here. Miss Crone at Richfield Sheridan Hills Elementary School is looking for wobble stools for our Wiggles. Help give my students wobble stools to promote active sitting while learning. I think that's important. It's a very small thing, but as somebody who's had that in classrooms, I can tell you it does help. And kids don't get enough exercise, and you randomly get exercise when you're sitting on these things. So we're gonna give them 50 bucks. Okay, moving along. Park Lake Senior High School, Miss Johnson in Brooklyn Park. Winter wish list, help give my students a whiteboard, a bookcase, games, and other items to make a welcoming space to learn and grow together. She needs $218, we'll give her 50. Okay, the next project, A+ students, help give my students math games that they can use for independent work and flex groups. Miss Otto at Chelsea Heights Elementary School in St. Paul. Okay, so we're gonna give, she wants $350, we'll give 50. Next up, fresh paper for the art classroom. Help give my students everything they need for paper in the art classroom. Miss Anderson is at Obama Elementary School. She wants $163. I'm gonna fund her outright because that is pretty reasonable. And obviously I have an art background and art is very important. And Yeah. Okay, next up, Real World, up-to-date reading resources. It only has 7 days left. Shit, you know what I'm gonna do? Okay, I'm gonna fund this one outright, and then we're gonna be done, because this will be over $700. I didn't see this. She only has 7 days left, and I want to fund this. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna fund this one. I had some other ones lined up. I'm gonna include them anyway, just so that you guys can help out, because they stood out to me, and I'd love to get these all funded. I'd love to fund them all myself, but I'm not made of money. I'm not Scrooge McDuck yet. All right, that's it. So really quickly, guys, before I check out here, I just want to share, okay, we have writing on the table, because writing is obviously very important to me. Although kids, don't pursue it as a career. It'll just crush your dreams and leave you crying and with the drinking problem. Writing on the table, help give my students a whiteboard to practice creative writing, Miss Wimmer. Okay, so this is the last one I'm gonna fund. Fuck, I may as well give the other ones all $10. I'm talking about them. There is a Space Jam in our gym. Help give my students 10 basketballs to help them get ready for basketball season. This is at Metro Deaf School in St. Paul. This is for Coach Audrey, and I guess more than half of these students are low-income households. This project will impact 15 students. My students love to read. Miss Riley at Lincoln Education Center in Brainerd, Minnesota. More than half the students, again, low income. I'll give my students things to encourage and inspire them to read. Reading is very important. And then this is the last one. Lego robotic batteries and motors help give my students additional Lego robotic batteries and blocks for our kits. So this is Ms. Gustafson, Cyber Village Academy in Minneapolis. All right, so that'll do it for the donations this year. We are donating, let's see exactly the damages, $749 this year. So up from $500 last year and up from $350 the year before. The Patreons, your money does go someplace good once a year. So please support these classrooms, and 'tis the season of giving and doing a good thing. That's what we like to do here on Pawman. Speaking of gifts, I am also giving my employees cash bonuses. I'm not gonna tell them how much because I'm filming this 2 weeks before Christmas. You hear that? Thank you. I'm also gonna be taking my employees out for a fancy meal, probably in January. I don't know where yet, and then we'll go to the club. And what else was I doing? I bought my new guy is from Ukraine. I bought him a 1 ouncer from Ukraine of silver because it's a very low mintage. I got something special for my right-hand man. I'm gonna get something special for my jewelry person, though I don't know what the hell she could possibly want because she might be kind of hard to shop for. My editor, Keaton, is getting a large cash bonus as well. Anybody else getting bonuses? Oh, my Discord moderators. All of them are getting some silver. So everybody who helps me and is here, like, you know, working for me is getting a little something something. What I get myself? Honestly, I haven't decided yet. I might get myself a new 1911. I just don't know if I have a spare $800 to blow on a gun that I don't terribly need but really want. So 'tis the season of giving. It's nice to do a good thing every year here in Pawman. All right, you guys, for this episode, since it is the holiday season, I thought it would be exciting to talk about gold and how gold relates to some holiday traditions. Now, gold is one of those universal human obsessions. We all recognize what it is. We know it has value. We know it is a something, although younger people now, and this is part of what I do here on social media, don't recognize it the same that older generations do. It is something that is universally recognized, like sex or booze or money. It is money. We all recognize what it is. The introduction of gold into humankind goes back as far as 40,000 BC, but we don't really see it taking off with modern wealth and value, the store, the prestige, the worshipping of it, until about 3000 BC in ancient Egypt. In ancient Egypt, gold was heavily important in mythology. It was synonymous with high priests, priestesses, and pharaohs. And since then, it has only spread through human culture and become more and more, well, coveted, shall we say. With this coveting, we have injected it into culture and we've married it as a staple in a lot of different things that we do. And here we're going to be talking about a lot of different religions and how they emphasize and incorporate gold around the holiday season. The first holiday that we're going to talk about is Diwali, the Indian holiday, the Festival of Light. This festival is celebrated by Hindus, Sikhs, Jainists, some Buddhists. And although originally a Hindu holiday, it is one of India's most important festivals today. Diwali is the celebration of victory of light over darkness. And although it varies a little bit, it is usually associated with Lakshmi, the Hindu goddess of prosperity. Gold is important to Diwali because it honors Lakshmi and it celebrates her influence on prosperity and wealth. And if I'm mispronouncing that, I'm sorry. I did get a pronunciation guide for that name. India imports 20% of the world's gold, and a lot of it goes just to this one festival. Next, we'll talk about the Festival of Yule. And we talked about it a little bit in the very first Pawn Man holiday special. I covered the history of Christmas tree ornaments, Christmas trees, their collectability, and how the tradition of the Christmas tree got started, and it does start through paganism. The festival of Yule is commonly associated with the winter solstice, and this shares quite a lot of traditions and kind of morphed into what is modern-day Christmas. Like I said, the tree, the ornaments. Go back and check out my first holiday special where we covered these Christmas tree ornaments. It's a very fascinating history. And because this is the winter festival, the winter solstice festival, the shortest day, gold represents light coming back, the days getting longer, not shorter. The shortest day of the year turning into longer days. So that is why gold is incorporated in with Yule. Traditionally, as far as pagans are concerned, it is the rebirth of light. Next comes Hanukkah. We have the tradition of Hanukkah Gelt. Now, most of you, especially young people, when you think of Hanukkah Gelt, and myself included, because I was raised Jewish, we would get Christmas and Hanukkah, because I was a spoiled little motherfucker, and my mom was raised Catholic. She converted to Judaism when she met my dad. My parents were married in a synagogue under a rabbi. Jews were never very nice to her because of that. That's neither here nor there. I've heard they're very accommodating now, but they were not nice to my mom. Anyway, I would do Christmas and I would do Hanukkah. So with Hanukkah, we get this stuff, it's called gelt. They're gold coins. Traditionally, they're given to workers, to kosher butchers. They're given to teachers. I gave a little bit of gelt to some teachers. These are tips at the end of the year. You give them like in the last days of Hanukkah as a, good job. What you do is important. The gelt that most young people are familiar with now, it is just a foil. It's candy. Chocolate candy wrapped in a gold foil. It's not actual gold. Giving gold coins is kind of expensive these days. If you're giving somebody a gold coin, you obviously really appreciate what they're doing. But as far as Hanukkah is concerned, Hanukkah Gelt. And I know what you're thinking, what about gold menorahs and, the Jews with their Jugal? No. I've never seen a gold menorah. I've seen a silver one. I've never seen a gold one. That's not to say they're not out there, but I don't think I need to say this, but Jews don't worship gold like all the stereotypes say they do. Finally, we're moving into gold and Christmas. Christmas, the celebration of Jesus. Again, gold, light. Jesus is light. This is his birth. What a lighting event, shall we say? A bunch of goyim shit, the Yiddish term for non-Jew. But Christmas being the celebration of Jesus' birth and the light and savior of Christians, gold takes on a symbol of light, and oftentimes we do see gold incorporated into some Christmas tradition now. The color of gold is synonymous with royalty and purity, and obviously this holds hands with God and Jesus on this holy event, this holy day. Gold was also a gift from the wise men. This was a gift suited for a king, and traditionally, or at least less so now, but giving gold is kind of one of the highest things that you can bestow on somebody. It shows you think they're pure, they're of great power and significance. It's rooted in the tradition of Christmas gift giving, less so now just because the price point has gotten so expensive. If you're giving somebody gold, that's a hell of a gift. But with what you're giving them, with what I'm saying, it still carries true. In conclusion, gold is one of the most treasured and lavish and coveted items in the world, and a number of different cultures and religions have incorporated gold in one way or another into some of their most major festivals. Now this is a shorter monologue. I wanted to briefly touch on gold and the holidays since we haven't talked about it. I do think it's pretty interesting. All right, guys, well, just like that, it is the end of the day and the end of the episode. I sincerely want to thank my unofficial sponsor, and I urge you guys, please, please, please participate and help out DonorsChoose.org. The projects that I donated to that are not fully funded, there's a link in the video description below. It would mean a lot to me if you guys could just give $1. Let's make a really good impact here. Or if you don't like any of the classroom projects that I picked out, check out the website, find something that speaks to you, and give them $1, give them $5, give them $50, give them something. It really is such an impactful charity. Education is so important. But with that, you guys, I also want to thank all of you for watching me here. We're going to have a video next week for the end of the year, and I'm going to take a little break. I want to thank my follower who paid for the sponsorship of this episode. If you guys like this video, be sure you give it a thumbs up. Hit that notification button so you guys know new episodes of Pawn Man are coming out. Become a Pawn Man Patreon or sponsor. It helps me a ton. Get my books on Amazon. Follow me on social media at Evan Kale and at Pawn Man. And I'm wishing all of you guys a very, very, very happy holiday season. Later, guys. Oh. And don't forget to bring a